by having a forum. A lot of people have said things I have written down here, so I'm going to try to edit as I go along. One of the things I haven't heard at all from anybody at any forum I've ever gone to, we hear a lot about the public schools. I live in the Dover district. I live in Wingdale, and the district is Dover. I have a 5th grade student, my daughter, Alana, and I brought a picture to show you. She's my special interest, as the children have been called at other forums. This is my daughter, and she's adopted. I promised her birth mother I would do everything I could to love her and to give her the best that I could in this country. Common Core isn't the answer. And the thing that I didn't hear from anyone in any forum is the fact, we all know it's in the public schools in the country, in New York. It's in the Catholic school systems too. This is a big issue with me. And I'm just going to tell you some of the things I've gone through this year. I first became aware of Common Core in September 2012 at my child's Meet the Teacher night. It got mentioned for 45 seconds by the teacher, and we got a talking point sheet. I looked at it and I shrugged it off as just another flavor of the month. And I did this for 2 reasons. I used to go to the Catholic schools as a child, and we always had new math, new this, new that. I also taught for them for 10 years. So I kind of disregarded it. And I had personal issues going on in my family. My dad was very sick. It was a bad year, so it got back burner. But I noticed something was very wrong with the homework she was bringing home, the classwork. She was upset. Homework was taking forever. She's an honor student, and it didn't make sense to me. So I started to investigate it. In April of 2013, I got a frantic phone call the night before the state assessments from a friend of mine who was a public school teacher. She said, "Tara, I went to a meeting this week. You gotta have your daughter refuse the test. You gotta do it. They're core aligned. The kids were never taught this stuff. They're all going to fail." I was like, what? I didn't know what she was talking about. And I said, look, 1 day's notice. I don't know what to do. I don't even know how to do this. So I let my daughter take the test. My honor student, since kindergarten, got a 2 on the test, as did most of the New York children. 70% of the children failed the test. It was war from that point on. I did my research on core. Now, another fact. We have a superintendent named Timothy McNiff. He has no intention of ending core. I have written to that man numerous times, sent him emails, phone calls. I finally got a letter back from him and the Cardinal. I've got them 2 here. They're going on my car. I'll tell you about my car in a minute. Telling me it's the best thing since sliced bread and we're not backing down. Basically, pardon the expression, he's telling us, up yours. We're doing what we want to do. I didn't like that either. Where am I now? Okay, now another thing I don't like. I pay school taxes as a homeowner in my district. Fine, I've got no problem with that. I pay tuition. I have to have my collections. If you are a churchgoer, 10% of what you throw in the till gets scraped off the top to support the Catholic schools. I never had issue with it until the fact they're now core aligned. I've got great issue with that. I'm getting triple dipped. Some of you in here are getting triple dipped. I bet you didn't know that, but now you do. This is a horrible plan. Core is using our children as lab rats in this experiment, and we're seen as crazy. Teachers aren't allowed to speak ill of it. I thought this was America. My car is decorated now. I can't speak out against core. I was screamed at the school for handing out my version of the informational text. It came to light the Catholic schools did not receive Race to the Top funds, but they got a $100,000 gift from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. I got the article, I printed it, I handed it out in the parking lot. I handed one to the principal as I was picking my daughter up, since my new accessible school is now a 100-mile round-trip commute per day for me. I drive her every day and pick her up. I handed one to the principal. I said, you might want to read this. She chased me down when I went to the gym to pick my child up, screaming at me, you cannot hand anything out. It has to come from me. Really? Well, now I decorate my car. Okay, well, to finish, Just one more quick anecdote. My rolling billboard was looked at by a teacher picking up his child the other day who goes to Holy Trinity. He is a teacher in one of the public school systems. This man, 6'4", and here I am, 5'2", on a good hair day. He comes over to me and he said, "I like your car." Whispering. This big ball. I said, "Why are we whispering?" "She's listening." Pointing to the principal. Something's wrong with this when people can't speak out about it. I've got a lot of stories, I can't tell them now, but I'm singing to the choir here. Going back on my classical Catholic education, that now is in the dumpster in my opinion, having lived it, taught it, and seeing it with my child. They say Common Core is rigorous. Well, going back on my classical Catholic education, which included Latin of all things, I want rigor mortis for Common Core.